Okay, Puneet, very quickly, what do you make of the numbers?
I think numbers definitely a big positive. Revenue beat definitely on a standalone basis. Margins have also come in above estimates of roughly 11.6%. So a beat of roughly 110 basis points on the margins per se. Just on the profitability, it was expected to be around 3,200 odd crores. It's come in at roughly 3,600 odd crores. So that's a key positive as well. The volume picture was already out there. They had a 5% growth, but definitely just on these four headline numbers, it's a beat on all fronts for Maruti Suzuki on this particular metrics that we can look at. Back to you.
Yeah, the EBITDA is up 51% year on year.
This is a serious move. Puneet, stay on actually.
Yeah.
But Tamanna, this is a serious uptick on the EBITDA.
Serious uptick on the EBITDA. I mean, even the profit number year on year is looking very strong. Look at the margin figure also is looking very, very robust. I mean, Maruti is the giant of the industry, right?
Yeah, and for it to do that, this is serious stuff. So, you know, and while we get other analysts, but Puneet, what could have led to this kind of a beat? Is it better volumes? Is it raw materials? What could have led to this performance on the operational front?
Two combination of things that worked for them. One is of course the launch of the Swift that we saw in the month of May, and secondly we have seen raw material prices very on a benign basis in this particular quarter compared to the same time last year. Last year the margins were around the 9.9 to 10% range. That was because of higher commodity costs. So higher commodity costs as well as lower raw material prices in this particular quarter has helped. Apart from that, if we just join that with the launches, so Swift is already doing 15,000 vehicles per month, and that was a much needed push for Maruti because we also Mahindra's 3XO as well as other segments that they had multiple launches in that segment. So the 3XO plus another thing that they did was launch the Dream series, which was to reinvigorate the entry level cars as well. So get that demand for likes of Celerio as well as Alto as well.
You have a 48% bump up on the profit year on year. You're talking about the Dream series. This is a dream set of numbers. I think we have 30 seconds left. But Ruchit, a trading call on Maruti, which I think will have to be taken up tomorrow by whoever's hearing this. But what would be your call?
It's a clear breakout from a consolidation phase, which indicates a continuation of the uptrend. I think 13,600 is where the retracement levels point out, which could be seen maybe tomorrow's trading session only.
Wow. You know, this is a 4% up move. Ruchit, you'll buy it at the current levels, will you? 13,360.
Yes, it's a buy even at current levels because the stock has already gone through a corrective phase. Since April till now, since last 3 months, the stock has not seen any kind of price uptrend. And since it is a good breakout post that consolidation, I think even at current levels, it's a good buy.
Okay.
Vineet Bolinchkar is joining in, and even as markets have shut. But the big story at this moment is definitely Maruti. Vineet, hi, if you can hear me. I mean, on the face of it, outstanding numbers for Maruti this quarter.
So, it is more along expected lines for us because, your Q1 last year was very single-digit EBITDA margins. And the kind of, growth that we have seen in the CNG engines and the thrust, more into SUVs as a percentage of the portfolio has resulted in a very, very good growth in the EBITDA margins. And that is what is causing the outlier performance. We think that margins can sustain at about 12.8 to 13% for FY25 and can get even better than that. And keeping that in line, we expect we are projecting around 13,860 crores of PAT for the coming year. Profit of 14,165 crores. And, that's a very healthy EPS number of almost 450 rupees in the coming year.
Okay. Vineet, we've seen a couple of names come out. Tata Motors comes out tomorrow, and that stock ahead of the numbers has seen a big rev up as well. What would be the pecking order with the expectations that you have from Maruti? What would be the pecking order on the four-wheeler side?
So we are very, very constructive on Maruti. I think the stock has moved barely 30% over the last 1 year since we initiated on the stock. And we think that one breakout couple of years of performance is still underlying, given the fact that, Maruti is now also going to be focusing largely on exports. So we will see revenue and volume numbers come in not only from a, high value SUV portfolio, but also from very good export numbers. So overall, we think that these combined with the benign cost structure should enable the company to grow handsomely over the next 2 to 3 years.
Okay, Vineet, we'll hopefully have a more detailed chat with you tomorrow morning on India Market
Yeah.
Open. We'll talk in detail about Maruti, maybe look out for Tata Motors as well. And we'll also have a chance to see the internals of the numbers, wait and hear what the management's saying. But Vineet Bolinshkar there. Meanwhile, let's wrap up the show, wrap up the markets. We're closing actually on a good note. Let me pull up the Nifty for you and just give you a sense of where we have closed. You're about, what, 22 points away?